Welcome to the Mitch Mailbag episode of the Winnipeg Weight Loss Show, where we answer your questions live in real time. If you have questions for the next episode, email me, mitch@mitchcalvert.com. So question one, is diet or exercise more important for weight loss? If you've been around a while, you can't out-exercise a bad diet. You understand that simple concept. However, exercise is still important. It definitely is. Especially if you want to tone, tighten, sculpt your muscles and not just lose weight overall, but lose body fat, maintain, gain muscle, and have a good finished product. That's the biggest role exercise plays in this equation. But ultimately, you can't lose fat, lose weight until you determine how many calories you take in versus how many calories you burn. And exercise helps burn calories to a degree, but not to the extent most people think. So we need to take in fewer calories. Calorie deficit, right? And unfortunately, eat fewer calories is the answer. How few? Well, mitchcalvert.com/calculator will give you the math on exactly how much calories, protein, fats, carbs you should be consuming to lose roughly a pound a week. So check that out if you need. All right, question two. Can I drink alcohol, soda, etc., and still lose weight? Yes, with the caveat being, honestly, it's better not to drink your calories. If you're trying to lose fat, you only have so many calories to go around. Better to use those calories on whole foods, things that are going to be satiating. You drink Coke or bottle of booze, and those calories don't necessarily fill you up, but they certainly count. I think I had a client who added up how much Coca-Cola she was drinking. The amount of calories was in the thousands a day, over 1,000 calories a day, over and above what she was eating. That was leading to significant weight gain. So it's a lot simpler to control your intake if you're only focusing on calories from whole foods. Diet drinks, calorie-free beverages probably are fine. And the science would suggest they're fine in moderation, even though you can read and see that they're harmful, etc. It's honestly related to how much you consume. No one's consuming 14 plus cans of diet soda a day, so you should be good with one or two. All right, how many calories do I need to lose weight? This one really depends on a lot, your weight, your gender, your activity level. But will counting calories help you lose weight? In my experience, yes, especially in the early going, because it brings an awareness to it. We consume a lot more than we realize when we don't, visibly track it in an app. Sorry, this is a pound of body fat. So to lose a pound of body fat, you've got to create a 3,500 calorie deficit over the course of a week to lose 1 pound. That means 500 calories less than you need each day to maintain your weight. So again, go to mitchcalvert.com/calculator to get the math on this. But when you track and you're in range of that ideal target, even if tracking is not perfect, you're going to lose a lot better and more effectively than if you just kind of wing it. Okay. It's a means to an end. It's the training wheels of fat loss. Eventually you can take them off and succeed with maintenance, right? What type of exercise is best for fat loss? Well, short answer is the one that you can be consistent with. Longer answer is there's probably a hierarchy, whereas don't consider exercise a tool to burn a bunch of calories. You can only burn so many calories in a 30 to 60 minute workout. And if you've read the constrained energy model, you probably haven't. I'm the one that nerds out on this stuff. The calories you burn in that exercise doesn't make a huge difference. Your body tries to make up the difference over the rest of the day by conserving calories it burns for other activities. Maybe it makes you move less subconsciously. And over time, that 5K run, you get better at, so you burn less calories by doing it. That's the unfortunate reality. So the hierarchy is obviously nutrition, but when we're talking exercise here, strength training to maintain, gain muscle, that's going to boost metabolism to some degree. You're going to be happier with how you look. Obviously, strength plays a critical role in the quality of life and all this. Then it's about how much you move throughout the rest of the day, getting that 8 to 10,000 steps, getting some form of cardio in if you enjoy it. Maybe VO2 max work once or twice a week where you're pushing your heart rate up. There's some benefits for longevity from that, even if it's not a huge calorie burner. and find the right balance there, and with things you enjoy doing, you're going to be successful over the long haul. All right, how much water should I drink to maximize fat loss? I don't really tie water intake to fat loss. However, in the US, maybe it's a gallon a day, 2 to 3 liters a day in Canada. Enough water to feel satiated, to feel hydrated, obviously supports joint health and inflammation, all these good things. I find it acts as a bit of a natural hunger blocker, because when you satisfy your thirst, now we know unequivocally that it is hunger that's causing that stomach grumbling. Whereas if you're dehydrated, you think it's hunger, it may just be dehydration or thirst, right? So by default, drinking water helps you eat less calories. There's more fullness factor from it, right? And there is some benefit to your metabolism. I would say marginal at best, but you do need it. Is sleep important for weight loss, fat loss, whatever you want to call it? The short answer is yes, and the long answer is absolutely yes. That 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night is probably the sweet spot for most listening to this. Some can get away with less, but sleep loss has been linked to obesity, largely because it triggers more hunger in the following 24 hours. So you eat more by default. And it also seems to put you in a state of stress where you want to move less. You're just lower energy, lower willpower, bad combination. Over time, that can be linked to high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, all these fun things you definitely want to avoid. So try to have, I won't get too deep into the tips here. You've probably seen them all, but very dark room, have some sort of routine before bed for where you maybe unplug from the devices and the stimulating TV shows, etc. And create a good sleep environment, right? That's going to set you up for success. All right. So how do I speed up weight loss? That is something we want to steer you away from, generally speaking, because the faster you lose, now, not to say it causes any damage to your metabolism, it's just hard to adhere, right? If you're trying to lose 2-3 pounds a week, you need to be doing everything right. And you need to make a lot more sacrifices. And I prefer sustainable habits and routines, because the weight you lose from that tends to be more sustainable, because these habits can be maintained for more than just a 6-week sprint. So we talk about our Big 5 framework, stuff that just are good habits that lead to good sustainable weight loss without feeling like you have to take over your life in pursuit of it. So eating whole foods, enough calories and protein, but not too little or not too much. Exercising regularly with activities you enjoy, but certainly a strength component helps. Not drinking your calories, I already spoke about that. So instead, drinking 2 to 3 liters of water. That's number 3. Getting your steps in, 8 to 10,000 steps a day, and then managing that sleep at that 7+ hours a night. You do those 5 things, you're going to have big success, but it has to be consistent. All right, that's that for today's Mitch Mailbag episode. Any questions for future episodes, certainly send me a message on social media, Instagram.com/MitchCalvertFitness. It's in the show notes, or Mitch@MitchCalvert.com. We will talk to you next week.